My symptoms really started in 2000. I had migraine headaches, was getting tired all the time, and just didn't really know what to do or what was causing my headaches, so they put me on a bunch of medicine and just made me not feel good and made me even more sick. And then went to, how many
Probably 12 or
and about 12 doctors or so in town, and I got told everything from I was afraid of school to I had a heart tumor to I just needed to toughen up and there's nothing wrong with me. And then we finally got sent up here, and Dr. Fisher diagnosed me with POTS. I first came to Mayo in 2006 in the middle of a snowstorm. I saw him, and then the rest of the week they went through tests just making sure it was POTS, and turns out it was. When they first found out about my POTS, they put me on a beta blocker, and it just made me more tired and just wasn't really helping. The side effects were worse than the actual symptoms, so I went off that, and I've just been eating really healthy, three meals a day with a bunch of small snacks. Like pretty much every 3 hours I eat, and I work out daily. Exercise and diet seem to really kind of pull everything together. When I first started, extreme fatigue. I would sleep 22 hours a day. I would get really bad migraines. I would throw up. I would get the shakes. Pretty much just everything. It felt like the flu all the time. It was every day. I maybe had a couple good hours where I actually felt normal, a couple times a month, if that. After that, it was kind of relieving because I finally had something to tell people, like, oh, I don't feel good because I have POTS. Not, I don't feel good, we don't know why. There's a medical reason. I'm not crazy. Usually when I go from like sitting or laying down to standing, I get like tunnel vision, blackout, and I'll just feel my heart just start like racing for no reason. We came back because I was getting over my POTS, but I wasn't fully over it. See, you know, what else had they discovered about dysautonomia, and see how far I had really progressed. When I first got diagnosed and Dr. Fisher told me to start working out, I could walk a quarter of a mile on the treadmill, and then I would pretty much just pass out and be done for like a week and couldn't do anything else. And by the time I'd come up here in 2008, I was up to a 10-minute mile, and I remember he told me to let him know when I had an 8-minute mile. I'm almost to a 6-minute mile, and I'm working on 4 miles in 32 minutes.
Wow, that's great.
You know, I still have my days where I don't feel good. I still really have to watch myself. Like before I go to work or class, it usually involves at least an hour-long nap. You know, always have someone on call when I'm like driving or out with friends in case I don't feel good. You know, or almost always having plans that if I don't feel good, it's no big deal if I have to back out. Yeah, you really kind of do have to surround yourself with people that care and that really understand. And I really have to pay attention to my body and how I feel. I pretty much tell them, you know, figure out what helps you and then do research on why it helps you, and you can really branch off from there and figure out what makes you feel better. And even if you only feel good for 5 minutes a day, that's 5 minutes you can be walking on the treadmill to help build your endurance back up. And before you know it, you'll be able to go that 8-minute mile.